Whether you're trying to sell your home or not, you may have actually gotten a text or a phone call from someone trying to buy your house for quick cash. Our 13 Investigates reporter Sierra Putman joins us in studio tonight. She's got a consumer warning about those deals.
You've probably seen the ads or flyers. Those offers can be really tempting, especially if you need money fast. Experts say the contracts are legal, but warn, if you're thinking about selling, you need to be really careful before you sign. This near Southeast duplex is where John Moore has flown the American flag for the last 15 years. This is your home.
I don't know. Hope it is.
John says he doesn't know after he signed this contract with a wholesale real estate company.
You know, sometimes I sit here and shake like a leaf. And all I'm doing is thinking about it.
He agreed to sell his duplex because he needed a car to get around, especially to doctor's appointments. The price, $63,000 cash.
When did you decide you didn't want to sell to them?
A few days after it soaked in. And
John found housing costs had increased significantly. He thought he could change his mind, and so he texted the company.
I'm just too poor to move.
John signed a real estate purchase agreement. This is how these deals typically work. A real estate wholesaler offers a homeowner like John quick cash to sell. That company lines up a different cash buyer, making money on the difference between the original cash offer and what the second buyer will pay. Do you think that helps people?
Yeah, I mean, yes, 1,000,000%.
Evan Manship owns Midwest Cash Offer, the company John signed a contract with.
We help people navigate a way to sell their property that's otherwise extremely difficult to do.
He says his company has bought nearly 4,000 homes across 3 states in the last 10 years. Manship tells 13 Investigates most people are happy with how the deal works.
Speed is the name of the game, speed and convenience.
Research by Drexel University found cash offers do help some people, but the study also found there are also real concerns some wholesalers exploit low information or vulnerable homeowners.
Obviously, somebody is losing out, and that's the homeowner.
Dave Hirsch at the IU Kelley School of Business reviewed agreements and lawsuits involving John and other homeowners.
They're trying to get you to make an emotional decision, and they're pushing the buttons to get you to sign the contract.
One of his concerns, earnest money isn't paid up front. Usually, a buyer provides it within days of an offer, but this contract gives Midwest Cash Offer about 25 days after it's granted access to the home, whenever that happens.
They're trying to look for a way to back out of this without even putting the earnest money up.
At the same time, this contract is written to prevent a seller from backing out. In fact, the company can hold the homeowner to the deal in perpetuity.
That means forever.
So a home could be tied up indefinitely. Do you think this is an ethical purchase agreement?
Absolutely not. The potential for abuse with this type of contract is fairly significant, in my opinion.
Do you think it's predatory?
No, I think that's a silly way to remark on that. I think that by a contract definition, nothing's predatory. I think if someone signs it, they've understood, they've agreed, they've had every opportunity to push back and to make edits. We've gone as far to implement a new policy for our group to have a video that we put together describing, here are the different clauses of the contract.
Can a homeowner back out after they sign one of your purchase agreements?
No.
No. Do you think most homeowners realize that?
I don't know.
John says he did not know.
Why you're suing me?
13 Investigates found Midwest Cash Offer sued John and about 20 other homeowners who the company says did not fulfill the contract.
We don't like to do it. We don't want to do it. We are simply holding our sellers accountable to what was signed.
People like Latoya Johnson. Latoya told 13 Investigates after years of conversations with the company, she signed to lock in a price for this home where her father lived. He was battling cancer, and she didn't know when she'd be ready to sell.
He didn't tell me that I was going to be closing on the home in 30 days.
Latoya was shocked when she says the company pushed to close the deal.
My father was fighting for his life at the time, and they were telling me that they wanted to pull up at the hospital. That scared me. It freaked me out,
She no longer wanted to sell to Midwest Cash Offer, and the company sued.
Plaintiffs then filed,
landing the issue before a judge. Latoya tried to make her case.
I just had to bury my father.
But it was too late. She failed to respond to the lawsuit in time.
Ms. Johnson, I do just want to express my condolences for your father. We were unaware of the passing, and I do apologize, and my sincerest condolences for that. But I believe that we still would push forward with a damages award today.
The judge ruled in Midwest Cash Offer's favor. The court said LaToya owed the company $13,000, what it says it would have made on the deal, plus more than $5,000 in attorney's fees. But LaToya kept the house. Now she thinks she misplaced her trust.
I had confidence in him because I had been speaking to him for 3 years.
Unlike a traditional realtor or broker, a wholesaler does not represent the seller like LaToya, even when they're licensed like Manship.
What responsibility do you have to the homeowners?
We don't have a responsibility to the homeowners.
At all?
No, we act in we're acquiring a property.
Once a legal agreement is signed, Hirsch says it's hard to get out of a deal, which is why he encourages homeowners to get their own lawyer to review a contract before signing.
The golden rule here, never, ever, ever sign a contract unless you've read the terms and you completely understand the terms and the obligations set forth in the agreement.
Then everything else.
John wishes he'd gotten professional legal advice.
Then I got boxes.
He's all packed up, just in case he has to move.
You mentioned you think that what they're doing is legal. Do you think it's right?
Well, I know it's not right. Not for common sense and common man, no.
Again, wholesaling helps some people, and each company operates differently. And I want to stress, quick cash real estate deals and holding people to contracts they agree to is legal. Hirsch just says if you get sued, you need to respond immediately.
So who would investigate a wholesale company here in Indiana?
That would be the Attorney General's office. It may open an investigation if it receives a consumer complaint. Any formal charges would then go before the real estate board.
All right, Sierra Putman with 13 Investigates, and we really are hoping this story helps you make more informed decisions.